All right, good morning, guys. Back at it with another MLB DFS video. I think hell froze over because we cashed pretty well yesterday. We ended up going with Lance Lynn, who got 43, went 7 innings, 7 Ks, got the win. Bryce Terang at 3% got us 25. The real big thing that helped us was our cores bats. Soto, Double Dong, Tatis only got to 16, which is fine. Kim got 15. Soto just saved our day at 20%. Brendan Rodgers, his last at bat that Funk absolutely despises, got a 6.5, but helped us out a little bit. Um, that's pretty much it. We only had three guys get a single digits. Everyone else was double digits, so obviously that helps. Any other takeaways from yesterday?
Just the Orioles, man. We full stack them the night before. You do, some damage. And then last night they decide that I'll have like 50. Santee Grand Slam. Gunner had like 40. Let's see. And what else is up there? Mountcastle had 35 at like 15% ownership. What the hell was that? And then obviously the Cubs. We talked about yesterday how Lively was just due to blow up eventually. We said it could have happened yesterday. It did. We didn't play him, but if you got to him, you're loaded in money. I mean, four guys had over 40-ish, right? Taubman, Swanson, Bellinger, Herner had 40. Just just crazy scores yesterday. And Heaney, who we trolled and fucking blew off, had a 60 piece. Valdez, who we liked, went a complete game. We didn't end up going Strider just because we liked the Coors bats, so we had to pay down for Lynn, but he was still fine. Uh, Oviedo, who we didn't touch on really, was decent. Eflin was pulled at like 70 pitches. I don't really know why, but he went 6 innings, got the win. That was pretty much it, though. Baltimore Cubs, the nuts.
It's just crazy to think, kind of like you just said, we stacked the Orioles the night before. The only guy that did something was Gunnar Henderson, and Santander did like a little bit, but he didn't hit a grand slam. Um, but whatever, we cashed. At this point, I'll take anything we can get. All right, jump into pitching. So right now it's got Garrett Cole, Sanga, Webb, Joe Ryan, McClanahan, Cease. So here's a whole list here on all the pitchers. Definitely some decent options to get to. I also find it somewhat interesting that Cease, Kikuchi, and Gonsolin are getting like double digit. Cease, I can understand. Gonsolin, I can understand getting 16, but what's standing out to you right now? Because there's like three, four guys I really like.
I know there's some weather concerns in this St. Louis game, but I like Joe Ryan at like sub 5% ownership. That seems pretty nice. Senga seems like a great play against KC, who's dropping zero, or Bobby Witt's going for 60. It's one of the two. So if it's not Bobby Witt night, Senga should have a good night. Um, McClanahan at 97 seems like a nice price tag, and the Yankees haven't been able to hit a ball in, I don't know, 3 years. So I like him. Um, it is interesting, like you said, to see this ownership in the mid tier between Cease to Gonsolin. Gonsolin just haven't rostered all year. It's Oakland, and I still don't know if I'll play him. He just seems so meh. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I'll have to look more into it, but he's not a priority for me at 15% ownership right now. Kikuchi, I'm not touching Baltimore right now. I mean, playing like the best team in baseball the last couple weeks. Cease, yeah, I guess. I mean, you can speak more to Cease than me, but yeah, he's in play.
He gives up a bunch of hits and walks a bunch of guys. Don't play him. I love the guy to death, but don't play him.
Dunning is picking up like 5% against your Sox. I mean, 7,400 is fair. Let's see.
Something random that just came to my head. It's a revenge narrative for Dane Dunning. He was one of our prospects, so
Yeah, so got that in play. Cole, I don't know. I don't know if he deserves a 10-9 tag the way he has been playing. I have to go look at more of his logs here. Let me actually just look at it real quick.
I just looked up Gonsolin's last like few starts. He's been kind of bad. Last three starts only went 5 innings against the Angels, went 6 and 2/3, but gave up 4 earned. Got lit up by Kansas City July 2nd. His last like really good start, go figure, against the White Sox. 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, quality start and win.
Like, I think I'd rather just play Dunning for $1,000 cheaper than Gonsolin. But it's close. They're both pretty shit. So I guess I'd rank it Ryan, Senga, McClanahan, Dunning, Gonsolin. So gross.
No, I get that. Otani's 47%, by the way.
Oh, great.
If you didn't know, we're playing this very early only slate. I was getting ready and Funk texted me, "Oh, I'm playing the early only slate." I'm like, "Oh crap, this never works out." Yeah, pitching. I have an issue with McClanahan and Garrett Cole. Both of these teams just been pretty bad recently. So it's, to me, it's more of like who's going to score first is going to win the game. So it's kind of like, what's with that face?
Checking the ownership on the early slate. Just
Oh,
funny. Maybe one time in the big tournament.
that's insane. But yeah, the thing with Tampa Bay and the Yankees is whoever's going to score first is going to win. So if you're playing Cole or McClanahan, you better just hope that you pick the right one because, you get the win points, the quality starter points. Senga, sure. Do we really want to play him? No. 10-6 against Kansas City. I mean, it makes sense. He's only getting like 4% ownership. Did you see all the crap going on with Cobb and Webb? Like
And
last,
I saw that like they swap spots.
yeah, Cobb was like sick and still ended up going out and pitching, and I think he got lit up pretty bad. But they had like Webb like warming up and stuff, so that was kind of interesting. Yeah, Joe Ryan looks pretty good here if the game doesn't get postponed. McClanahan, to me, is one of my favorites because it's a bit of a price tag. The Yankees have been bad. I know the other night the Rays had like Josh and Brandon Lowe, Paredes, I think it was Wander that hit home runs. So hopefully they can do that again if we end up playing McClanahan. Same thing as Senga, he's getting 4%. If I had to rank them, I would go with Joe Ryan, Cole, McClanahan, Dane Dunning, Gonsolin. The thing with Dunning too that's a little interesting is you can, you know, get the Dodgers bats, Bellinger, some Mets bats that are pretty expensive. You can definitely get there with Dunning. So that's kind of why, but kind of like I just said too not too long ago. Well, Dane Dunning's getting almost 6% ownership at 7,400 against his former team that traded him away. So there's a little bit of a revenge narrative there, but all right, let's jump into sticks. So right now, so this is what it shows right now. Dodgers, Cubs, Mets, Cincy, Minnesota, Texas. Here's literally every stack we got for today. There's some pretty decent options to go to today. So what are you thinking?
Yeah, I wrote down 5 teams originally: Baltimore, Chicago, San Fran, Dodgers, Mets. I feel like I write those same teams down like every slate. Maybe that's just because they're mostly better than everyone except for the Mets. But um, I do like either side of the Chicago Reds game. I think the most. I mean, Williamson has been nothing special, and the Cubs just dropped freaking 20 yesterday, which means they're going to drop 0 today. But if they stay on top of it, maybe they score 6 or 7 runs. I can see the Reds keeping up against Smiley, 6 or 7 runs. What did I say? Oh yeah, Dodgers. I mean, they're playing Oakland, and it's the Dodgers. So there you go with that. And Baltimore. I mean, they just been on flames. So those are my 5 teams right now. And I didn't really talk about the Mets because I never want to talk about the Mets.
Yeah, Dodgers are the Dodgers. Best stack score, 15% to be the top stack. Either side of the Cubs Cincy game is good. Brandon Williamson facing Drew Smiley, so either side of that game should be pretty interesting. So the one thing I'll say about the Mets, they're playing against Cole Reagans, and I've never heard of this guy. The Mets have a 10% to be the top stack, third best stack score, 5.4 implied run total. Interesting spot to say the least. Maybe not full stack them, but maybe, if you're doing a 4-2-2, get like Lindor and Pete. Um, I kind of like Minnesota against Dakota Hudson if that game ends up playing. They have a 9.5 stack score, only a 7% ownership share, so that's kind of intriguing. I don't think you're gonna like this, but Toronto looks a little interesting. Baltimore does too. I just remember watching a stochastic show with Adam, pretty much trying to defend Grayson Rodriguez. He's not bad. He's young, but you know, young pitchers are not going to be amazing right off the bat unless your name is Max Scherzer or Justin Verlander. But he's good. He's got some good stuff, but he's going to get blown up still. Maybe it won't be as bad anymore, but Toronto can probably get to him a little bit, at least in my opinion. Nothing else really stands out as much. Yeah, Dodgers, Cubs, Cincy, Mets, Twins, Toronto, Baltimore. That's what I would say. San Fran is also facing a pitcher I've never heard of either, Slade Ciccone. It's just not listed on here, so they're interesting. Basically, on the top stacks tool, you can play almost any stack and then cut it off at the White Sox and do not play the White Sox. Fair. That sounds fair.
That is fair.
Run through your home runs really quick. I gotta load mine up still.
Uh, Free Money Freddie, Christopher Morel, and Joey Votto.
I gotta go back to the well with Luis Roberts. I'm gonna steal your boy Matt McClain, and then I'm gonna go with Austin Hayes. So MLB DFS lineup generator. What stack type do we want to do?
Per usual, 4-3-1. Don't really
You
have
want
a
to?
picture.
All right, fuck that. Holy Cubs. 74% of Sia. So yeah, right now it's really liking. Oh, I
Nice.
forgot Candelario got fucking.
They're
Hmm.
they're
You're kind of lagging a bit, would you say?
Cubs tags are too cheap.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, Mookie a little bit. Yeah, you got some Dodgers. You mix in a little bit of Yankees. Jorge Polanco's back. Let's look at stack exposure. Jeez. So it looks like we're gonna be playing a bunch of Cubs today. That's interesting. So yeah, you can save up to 20 lineups. You can scroll into your exposed players. And then obviously on this side, it's the lineups over here. And then you can export it to a CSV and just, send it straight to um FanDuel or DraftKings, whatever you play on. Yeah, this is interesting over here. Oh well. That should just about do it though. Unless you have anything to add.
Nah, just make sure to check out our lineup about 15 minutes before lock on the Twitter or X, where do you want to call it. Make sure to check out Stochastics tools in our description for all the data you need, and like and subscribe if you haven't already.